Hi, hi. Um, yeah, welcome. So today I'm gonna be using Twine to write some interactive stories. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're having a great Friday, I guess it is for most people. Um, I I was a little bit busy this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, gotta stream like at least once this week. Um, and I was thinking like, oh, like let's make it like Saturday for sure. Like, and I was thinking this like last week, but family I guess came up. So we're having some sort of like family meeting thing. I don't know what it is. Um, so that's gonna take up like most of my day. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do Sunday. But then I was like, wait, I don't feel as tired today, so let's do something today. Um, so for those who aren't like familiar with sort of Twine or interactive like fiction, it's essentially like a set given text that you'll read, and you have the option to pick where the story goes. So, for example, you could be at a road and it's like, okay, do you take the left path that's safe, or do you take the right path that's like risky? And you essentially shape your own story, and there'll be like little branching off on like each like decision that you make, and you get different endings based on that. And I think Twine as a software is very good for making that. If you've ever done sort of like reading online, like interactive fictions, chances are they're probably based on Twine, like software. So I was like, hey, why not, you know? Um, so yeah, let's get to it. So the reason why I wanted to actually do this was because for those who are new, or like they don't care enough to remember like the 3 times that I've said this, and fair enough, I don't blame you. I'm in my last year of uni, and it's a fairly creative like oh gosh, it's a fairly creative like course. Um, but I feel like I don't have a lot to show for what I've done over the past 3 years. Um, and I guess I kind of wanted to do a bit of stuff before I graduate and like go into corporate working. Ugh. Um. So then I got to thinking, well, okay, what do I really like that I've done over the past 3 years? And I think a couple of things came up. So the first one was like web design, and like UI, UX, user experience kind of thing. And the other one was using like Unreal Engine as a game engine to create games. Tie that in with a bit of Blender, you know, stuff like that. And the third one was this. And Twine didn't really have a huge impact on my course. I think I did like one lesson on it, which was very fun. um, and I was like, yeah, I really liked writing because I used to write a bit when I was younger. In my cringe fanfiction writing days. Um, so I was like, you know what? I want to get back into writing because it's been a few years. Why not? So I'm here. I'm disguising this as a totally fun stream, but it's technically a work stream, guys. Feel free to chip in if you have any like suggestions. I will be going through sort of the ideas that I wanted to write about, and some of them feel very hard because I've not touched this software since like 2 years ago. So excuse me if I am a poor writer, or I mess up, or I need to look at the guides that I have open that you totally cannot see. um, if anyone wants those, I can post those in the Discord. They are like free access on the internet. I'm sure you can find, like, if you type in like Twine PDF like guidebook or something, there'll be something. Twine themselves have a sort of guide as well. So yeah, like, I don't think it's a particularly hard software, and if, like me, you come from a bit of a web design like background, it's not too bad, because a lot of it is based on like HTML, CSS, and then a little bit of like variable work, which it's not that hard from a coding point of view. The only thing I'm gonna struggle with is the correct terminology to make sure that I am doing the right thing. So yeah. So today I will be sort of introducing my ideas that I wanted to write about. There's a few of them. We can pick whatever. I might just do like the easiest one, work my way up. But yeah, and then get to writing it a bit. We are gonna sort of stick to the plain sort of text side of it. For now, I won't be adding like images yet. I feel like that's, for me, like, images and like aesthetic wise is like a secondary process, and I feel like just getting the words on a page and linking them is like the best thing to do. So yeah. So I do not have a visual for like my story ideas, but I guess I can show you an example that I did with like with that one class that I did and just never touched the story again. So as you can see, I call it delayed because it was based on my journey as a uni student commuting, because I do not live on a uni campus. And just like that first year was just full of like strikes of like public transport, like bus strikes, like train strikes, and I hated it. Some days I just didn't turn up because I was like, I'm not taking the tram that takes like 2 hours, and like a bunch of buses. So yeah. So this is the first story that I made. As you can see, it's not that big. And I feel like the terminology isn't that bad as well. Like, if you look at this first one, you have a lot of plain text. You have a variable that you've set like a certain amount to, another variable, and then here is the options that you can have. So, like, and they correspond to the next sort of like little modules. So there's like, oh, take the bus, and then, sorry, that was the image that I used of a bus. But yeah, like, I don't think it's that bad. And like, depending on I think it was depending on the time, you either got to like your class late or early. It was a very basic one, honestly. We can do better than that. we can totally do better than that, guys. So yeah. So that was the first one, and I will show you what it looks like sort of on a browser. And excuse me if I do this wrong, because I cannot remember. I think it's play. So if I press play and it opens up on my browser, and then I switch the window, it's better to have a different window, isn't it? So if I do I think it's window capture. Sorry, I'm like a newbie when it comes to this, and I have like 20 of these. I need to stop doing this. This one. Yes. Okay, that's my browser. Excuse the bookmarks, but it's a work one, I guess. So yeah, like can I like, where is this gone? Put this behind me. Chat. Put it in front of this. Okay. Because then what I can do is just like hide this afterwards. So this is what it looks like. It's not the prettiest, okay? So let's just go through some of the options. So if I like, let's say, take train. Okay, so this is what has happened because you took the train. And your phone battery's gone down. I don't know why I specifically did that because it didn't have an effect later on. But this as a counter sort of goes down. But yeah. And then let's say you take the first one. Okay, that first one doesn't go there. You take another one. Okay, but now you're late. And then that's sort of the ending. And it links also back to the start as well, because, just in case you don't want to go through these little cycles. As you can see, sort of like here, they have like a picture that you can put in. And like based on that, so that was the tram one. So if I do this one here, I better remember to cross these off because they get too much. So as you can see, I've sort of linked an image like with the with the URL. Sorry, mind blank then. And then I put the options that you can have. And I think when you write this, it ends up like creating the like little node afterwards. And I guess we can do that afterwards as well. But yeah, that's like the really basic one that I did, which admittedly took me like an hour and a bit, because like it was a new software to me, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on, guys. But yeah, so let me introduce the topics that I have written down that I wanted to write about. They are not fully fleshed out, so we could do world building and then leave this for another day, or we can just jump straight into it. So I have a lot of like, okay, admittedly, a lot of my ideas come from the like 5 times a year that I have a dream, because the rest of the year I don't remember any dreams, and like the 5 times that I do wake up and I'm like, what the heck was that? I write that down because it's like a wacky story. So this was really embarrassing, but the first one was 2 competing rivals of chess, and this was when I was watching the that chess program on Netflix. I can't remember the name. Queen's Gambit, I think it was. Where like one can only be top of the class in chess, but they're both like on an equal winning to lose streak or whatever. So they have a bet to teach the stupidest person in class how to play chess. And they decide that whoever wins that, like the coach of that, like wins. I don't know. Like I said, these are not fully fleshed out. The second one was the theme of gambling and the illegal use of it. Specifically card games. So I was thinking along the lines of like blackjack and poker, because that was like the 2 big ones in our house. And I was thinking like of a like dystopia where they've sort of been like illegal, like to have cards. But then suddenly, like, you as a person, you walk through like an alley and you find like a singular card, and depending on like this, like the suit and the number that you find, it like triggers like either like information on like how to either restore it or like not, and like card games and stuff. Or like the other idea was to trigger like a world event that happens in the world, like, so it's got like themes of like sort of almost Death Note-ish, where you like, write the name in the Death Note, they die, blah blah blah, they have a whole manhunt, and yeah, still don't know how I watched that when I was younger, but yeah. So that was the second one. The third one I tried to make in Renpai, I think Renpai, the visual novel thing, but then I realized that I I, I don't have visual novel skills. I have the novel skills, but not the visual skills. So yeah. So this one is called Elevator Pitch, and I did sort of fleshing it out with yeah. So it begins where you are sort of a CEO of a company, and every day as you go to your office, you ride a massive elevator to the top where your office is, obviously. And the idea is that people come into this elevator with you and sort of pitch their business idea, and you then and there decide whether you want to invest like nothing or, you know, a small to big amount. And then a few days later, you see sort of that, like, the consequence of you investing. So whether like it turns into a huge multi-millionaire business overnight or whatever, or like they ran away with the money. So yeah, that has potential. I just don't know how to do it where the effect triggers like a couple days after, kind of thing. And in order to do that, you would need like quite a few like sort of days, because I was thinking like sort of like 2 to 3 people join that elevator with you each day. Then there's just a bunch of ideas that I had that were not fleshed out, and I was just like, okay, what makes a good story? So obviously there's the typical post-apocalypse, try to survive. You know, you find items, and depending on what you find is you know, helpful or not. Hi Blau. I am not writing any smuts, hopefully. I will admit I did write once, and it was so bad. I think smut writers would just cry at how like cringe and very straightforward it was, to the point where like there was no foreplay or anything. It was just insertion, and that was it. Like, yeah, terrible. Never again. We are writing interactive fictions on Twine, like sort of like choose your own adventure story kind of things. I've had a few ideas sort of just like in my notes for a while, and I just thought, hey, why not just write them, you know? Get something out on a portfolio or something, because let's face it, there's nothing on that portfolio, and it totally needs to be. So I can recap the ideas again, because I've just gone through like 4 of them. I don't know when you've joined in, but yeah. I hope you've been okay. It's been a while since I've been on. So yeah. Hope you're having a happy Friday, maybe Saturday, depending where you are. But yeah. So that was like idea 4. Okay, so the 5th idea was where you're a time traveler and you have to stop the end of the world. But like similar to like the butterfly effect, where like, you know, one tiny flap of a like wing like causes like huge effects elsewhere in the world. So like depending on whether or not you decide to do certain stuff, you change stuff, you don't change stuff. In effect, I did have at the end you're forced to see the world collapse and restart again and again, but I'm open to ideas. Currently in Sicily. Ooh, my geography's really bad. Is that, I want to say Italy. Is that Italy? I'm sorry, I did like 3 months of geography in like high school, and it was like half, like none of it. I don't get this, right? Geography in like the UK is all about like land formations and for some reason banana trees. I don't really understand that. And we didn't really do anything on like actual maps and stuff. South Italy, okay. Are you getting recruited into the mafia? Like, what's is there something you have to tell us or not tell us? Sworn to secrecy, maybe? um, yeah, I just don't understand why our UK geography is never about actual cities and capitals and like countries and like maps in the world and stuff. So yeah. I mean, you know what? Like in this economy, if they're offering money or like some other incentive, you know what? Maybe it's worth it, you know? So I guess I don't blame you. Um so the other two stories that I had, one low-key is based on a story that I was reading that totally is not Korean BL not webtoons, but yeah. um so basically it's like the end of the world, but you're sort of trapped in a prison as a prisoner, and you essentially like have to survive that because not about this BL, but it was essentially a doctor who went into a prison, and then a huge landslide happened, and he got trapped within the prison, and all these prisoners essentially, and yeah, not the most brightest BL that I've read, but yeah. You don't want to wear a fancy suit in 25 degrees? I mean, I can't speak anything about wearing fancy because like the one time I do, I'm either like it's it's usually in like air conditioned rooms or like it's middle of winter freezing. So yeah, don't I don't blame you. But I guess like do they not like have like better like air conditioning? Like surely surely you just stay, you know, inside like most of the time, and then when you're doing all the dirty work, you know, you're not out for that long. Surely, you know, you get a car ride or something, air conditioned, and then like you you know, you do the crime, you go back in, you know? Air condition. Hopefully. Oh, and then the other one, I have literally wrote in my notes, avoid eternal sleep. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with that? Um, so yeah, those are the sort of things I have written down. The one I have most fleshed out is the elevator pitch one. Um, but again, I don't know how to link like each day to like, I don't know, like an event that happens in like day 3. I might have to read a bit more about that. The basic one I feel like I could do is the chess one, where you essentially coach like another person, and depending on like what you pick and what they pick, it like I don't know, like you win, you lose. Simple, like 25 passages maybe. Yeah, I feel very inclined to start with that one just to brush up on my skills of Twine. Um, the only thing is that one doesn't really have variables, I think. Oh wait, no. I think I could do elevator pitch and set like variables, because if I don't have the guide to show you. um, but essentially it's like, okay, if you set a variable to like yes or no, and then you have a conditional statement where that variable is ticked, it triggers this maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's just start, because otherwise I'm just gonna yap for like 2 hours and nothing's gonna get done. Which reminds me, let's take a nice little water break. I really should stop using like single-use plastic bottles, but like honestly cannot drink tap water, so make it make sense, you know? Okay. Okay, so you cannot this is where I need like 4 monitors, because like I have OBS on one, I have this PDF and Twine and my browser up on another, and it's like, stop it. Also, why is can I just like remove a bunch of things? Like there's too many things open right now. Okay, I think that's okay. Alright, so if I have this here and I put OBS here, that works. Okay, because then I can see that. Okay, so if we make a new story and I can change it later. Okay, so I have no names. I'm terrible at naming stuff. I've like written things before and I've not named it until like 3 weeks after I've completed it. And then at that point, I just decide to like, okay, post, whatever. Yeah. Oh, how do I change the name of this? Do I rename? Okay. So, I'm gonna have like basic, how do I like new? Okay, so this is gonna be the idea. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so the idea that we're gonna go with is the terrible chess one that I have no actual knowledge of chess, but I want to just do a quick game, so why not? I will make this link, well, this story available on the Discord probably, because what it does is shares it as a HTML file, so you can just click on that and it'll open up in your browser. I don't really know how else to like share it, to be honest, because like not everyone uses all the social medias, so Discord is just the easiest one, I guess. So the idea that I have, and I'm gonna put it here so I'm not having my notes open all the time, is that's not the right one. So like yeah, okay. And both on a equal win / loss record, so they take a bet. I hope you cannot hear me typing hard, because my mic is like literally like 10 centimeters away from the keyboard and I type really loud. Each and I hate to use this word, like we'll refine it later. Students, how to play. So what we will do is have maybe like 5 to 10 like, let's say, manuals. That's not how you spell manuals. And give them to students, and I'm just wondering if there's like a chance. Is there a chance option? Because obviously you can set variables, but I'm just wondering if you can make like a 50% chance kind of thing. Okay, my guides don't have anything on that, because one's about images and guides. CSS, which I don't want to touch right now. making links, which is easy. I'm gonna see if there's a chance thing online. Like random number. Okay, so there is a random thing, right? Sorry, I got really quiet when I'm trying to read and you cannot see this, I'm sorry. Okay, there is a random one. Let's see. Okay, so there is... And I'm gonna test this. Okay, so I'm gonna see like, and like, depending on that, also, can I move this here? Okay. And use random to see whether they learn it or not. Just realized the guides that I have are very basic, and the actual Twine cookbook, which is the like official guide, probably has more things, so I should probably be using that, shouldn't I? Because I definitely am not using this in the right way. Okay, and then maybe like we give them a week. So let's say 1 week later, match plays out. Depending on skills learned, and I'm gonna have to do some research for this because there's like certain like chess like moves and stuff. Different outcome, and I'm probably gonna have to like write chess moves. Ugh, I didn't think this one through. I know nothing on chess apart from like how the pieces move, so yeah. And then like winner, yeah, end. Okay, so that's our idea thing. Can I like have this? Okay, that's not what I wanted. I was just thinking like, can I not move this like out? No? Okay, apparently not. Okay, so that I can get rid of my notes now and I can have this open. It's gonna take me a while to do this, I guess. I usually don't also have names for things, so yeah. So we're obviously gonna make like I'm gonna use like you. I'm just trying to like word this now because like when I write it's usually like 3 a.m. and that was when like my most like crack fix came out. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna say what I want to say here in like basic form. So you and because I'll come up with a name later. It's not gonna look like this, I promise. So we're gonna set sort of the tone here. We're on equal in these ratios, and it's I don't know, right? Oh, has anyone, like, I don't know if like you people study or not, or like use like study timers. There's this new thing called, I think it's Goth, GOGH. It's like a focus thing that you can do with like multiple people. Um, it's free on like mobile, but like you have to pay like a couple of quid, euros, dollars, whatever it is that you people use on like PC. It looked really cool. I want to try it one day, but like I have it on my mobile, but like obviously like my mobile is not optimized for like such high quality like sort of like VR AR like technology, I guess. Yes. This is what I wanted to say. Lowest ranked and not stupid or dumb, because like, could I tone down the like the voice, I guess. We will edit this later. Because obviously it's not even like making grammatical sense on the first sentence or so. I also can't type and look at the screen. I have to look down. It's really embarrassing as well. And for anyone who's seen my hand cams, I type with two fingers, my little pointer fingers. So I'm thinking like we teach him how to play chess, and depending on the winner, you win. That's, yeah, but there's a better way to say that. Through rock, paper, scissors, you decide to take oh, you decide which student to take. Yes, that makes sense. We could have like a rock paper scissors like thing. Also have to mention here, like you have a week to teach them, or we can do that after rock paper scissors. We are gonna need like names for these people, so if you wanna contribute a name, you're more than welcome to, because I can't, guys. I'm also wondering whether to have a place to insert the player's name, because I'm thinking like maybe at the end they could say, okay, like this person won, and obviously this person is like named. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move this actually. I'm gonna put that in the second one. And then it's double square brackets. That's not square brackets. So there's rock. And as you can maybe see there, the like passage has just automatically been created. Paper. Totally spelled that right. And is Why did rock go here and I let me have it here. Okay. I cannot be bothered doing a chance thing right here, so I'm just gonna say okay, hold on. I like having my things sort of relatively angled right. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this up. So we can always make it like a little bit better like later as well. Should we say district? One person dropping you. And I do not have a name. Nobody wants to put a name. I feel like that's also grammatically incorrect there. I don't know if like a semicolon is better there or if a comma is better there. I don't know. There reason. Nope, that's capitals. That's capitals. Half of 150 is 75. I still feel like that's like not the right way to say it. And then I can say like win, lose, win, lose. I'm gonna put this on the same thing actually. So the initial name for this was Winner Takes All, which feels really like cliche. So if anyone has sort of ideas for like names of things, please let me know because I suck at names. Sorry, I'm very dehydrated. I had a what was it? It was a Kinder chocolate like cookie dough and ice cream, but like for some reason this place that does it just lathers like a bunch of like chocolate on it, and it just like it dries out my throat so badly. So yeah, fun. It was very nice. Unfortunately I had it like right after like dinner, so I am I am like low-key running off like pure sugar and about to crash, but also very full. I feel like semicolon here works, right? If I say if I move this, Because what you can say is it can't go on like this because you have to decide a winner this year as your group. I don't know if it's... Okay, I'm gonna go with it. If it doesn't work and someone wants to grammatically correct me because it's been a while since I wrote semicolons. So you said one about teach the lowest ranked students how to play chess, and depending on the winner you win. Let's move this. Also, I can get tenses kind of mixed up as well, so yeah, this is what we're going with. Player in the district. And let's say it wasn't, it's... How... What tense am I using here? Because I feel like I get my tenses very mixed up sometimes. Not even ESL, it's just EFL, I guess. English as a first language. Oh my god, my eyelash. I wore eyeliner for the first time, guys. But then I decided to wipe it off with like makeup like wipes that were like for eyes, and they just it did not work. I probably look like a panda right now. It's not an official like match. Is that what I say? Yeah, let's say match. Right, for honor. With the U in the middle, because we are not American and we are not taking out letters. So, through rock, paper, scissors, you decide which student to take. Which do you choose? Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so... So, one of these needs to lead back to the passage here. And then these two... Okay, let's say rock. Let's say rock. Okay, let's rename this as start. Okay. So, so this one I'm gonna make that it takes you back to the start. And then I'm gonna have... And then... So there you can see it links back there. I'm gonna say paper. I'm gonna say paper wins, so paper beats rock. Is it while or whilst? Whilst. Through. You win. Yippee! You... How much option do I want to give here? Because I can give, like, okay, you now can pick between, like, person A and person B, or I just say you take the second lowest ranking and not the lowest ranking. Decision choices. I'm I'm gonna, by logic, I feel like the second lowest ranking student. And then here, you through his ours. Whilst I will come up with names later. We're obviously not publishing this yet. But yeah. What beats Rock? Rock? Is that right? They threw rock and you threw scissors, so you lose. Yes, okay. My god. They just both throw rock. What? This guy just throws rock all the time? Wait. What if I have it that you throw scissors so you win, so they throw paper. So if you throw paper, then they do scissors. Ah, whatever. They can just always throw rock. That makes sense. That makes sense, you know? Let's say takes the lowest ranked. No, second lowest ranked student, and you are left with Z. Not the game. The lowest ranked student. Okay, so I'm gonna have this like here because these are the main ones here. So let me show you what this looks like right now. So I go on. Is it test? No, it's not test. It's it is just play. Okay. Oh, okay. And then I show you this one. No. No. Yeah, trust it not to work now. Let's do properties. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Obviously, because we've not done anything with it, it's based on like just the normal text. So obviously if I pick rock here, it goes back to here. If you pick paper, it doesn't do anything, so you have to go back. There is a way to set it backwards, and I can't remember how to do it now. There's a better way to do it, I promise. And then scissors. Okay, so we've got a basic thing. I also need to say you have 7 days to do this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You have 7 days to teach. Student and claim victory again. once and for all. And I'm going to copy and paste this. Because I can. And change this to Z, Y. The second, can't spell, second lowest ranked student and claim victory. Okay, and put a full stop after that. Okay. So is there a way? Hold on. Gonna consult the books. Okay, so what I was doing with the weird downline thing, like here, that is supposed to be like here. So then it leads to a different one. Okay. I knew I was getting somewhere with that. So if I go to paper and I go, say, I do begin, and then I do this, and you have Y. 1. So here, what I've done is, for the user, they'll see begin, but in reality, the name of the module is Y1, and I will change that when I get a name. Because I cannot be bothered figuring out names right now. And then this one, I do here. And instead of saying that, I do that. Woo! Making progress, guys. And I don't want to touch these again, so I can cross those off. Okay, so what do I want to say here? I probably want to say that you get to know them. Likes, not, and learning style. And then what I'm gonna say is you have the option to, should we say, like, give them that I don't want to name right now because we'll just make up names later, or the online YT tutorial, because that's how we always learn things, guys. There's always a guy or a person, I guess, that's trying to use like non-gendered things. There's always a person on the internet, probably on YouTube, who will teach you something, and it's usually maths, let's face it, okay? The amount of maths tutorials that I've like gone through on YouTube is insane. And then what I'm gonna have is like a random like roll. So, because this is gonna be like a chance game essentially. So it doesn't matter which one you pick essentially. But what it's gonna do is, like, let's say roll a dice between like 1 to 2. 1 being that they learn whatever style that you give. So let's say the book. They learn it and it ticks that variable to say, okay, you've learned it. Yes. Same with that one. So, so what I'm gonna say is you spend first day. Yeah, need to know. Still open to name suggestions if anyone wants to drop any. Also, I was never good at writing like big paragraphs. I will never show you the work that I have done previously on an orange fiction writing app, but yeah, I think like at maximum there was like 3 in a paragraph, and I thought it looked okay because I used to have my text like really big, but yeah, apparently to other people they aren't as blind as me and don't need the text that big, so it looks like 2 lines max. I don't know. This information is so irrelevant. It has no like context to the story, but it's just like, okay, flesh it out, whatever. Oh god, what do people usually hate? I mean, there's a lot of things that I hate. Do I really want to like impose my thoughts onto people? What can they hate? Let's say gummy sweets. I love gummy sweets. And hate. Can they hate what? Like, can they hate? What can they hate? I don't know. Cold weather. Don't know. They prefer to learn things by listening to them. To tutorials and audio books. I don't know. Before the day ends. No, let's say you explain how the pieces move across the board and decide to give them some, let's say a little homework for tomorrow's meeting. Do you give them a link to basic to the, I'm making things up by the way. The basic opening moves of chess. You should do the tutorial. And then in brackets, IT tutorial. which gives you that. Or hand them a copy of your prized possession. Prized book? Prized of, yeah, let's say of and then say your prized possession. So of the best I don't know. We probably should have looked up and then here I say book 1. That opens up that. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up the terminology for this. So if I do... Did I still... No, I closed it, you stupid. Okay, okay, oh, you can see this, okay. So if I go through paper, which is what it's going through. Oh, my passage does not exist. Why not? Because it tells you it goes through that. But then for some reason, okay, I don't know. Fun. We're already having issues. What happens if I leave it to... Where's Twine gone again? If I play... Okay, now the link does not exist. But it does exist. You've given me the option for a link. Why? Oh, I love it when tech works. Give me a second. Where is the... Oh, no, I have it here. No, not that one. I wanted the... Nice. Okay, so I'm thinking. I'm not thinking very well, but I'm thinking, guys. Hit the wrong one. But it doesn't... You see how it's added a weird space there? I'm just trying to think, maybe that's not what the terminology is. Because that's what it used to be, so I'm just trying to think if it's just... What twine is this? Is it... Ah, it doesn't tell me. Help. That's not what it is, but yeah. Not that. Getting started. Where is the bit that they tell you you can name it something else? Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, what does the arrow do? What does the arrow do? So if I go from paper, I say... and I say this instead. So then if I play this... yeah, but that doesn't work still. Why is that not working? Is it not working, guys? Not that you have, like, any knowledge of this than I do. But what it's supposed to do is... you're supposed to say, okay, it begins. And then it takes you to... let's say, Y... day 1. I cross this off and I open this up. And if I play this now, you cannot see this either. But it still says the passage does not exist. Even though this is exactly what it's done in the thing. Once if I name it, day 1, maybe it's like single letters. Why? No, but then you see this gap? That's not supposed to... I'm just trying to think. Maybe that's not what the... Oh, maybe because I'm on Sugar Cube. Hold on, because I remember changing it to Sugar Cube. Once if I don't change it to Sugar Cube, how do I remember to do this? Oh, jeez. Me creating more variables than needed. What's... So I think what I... okay, let's use this. Okay, let's try this. Story from it, let's... maybe that's what it is. Because I don't know what this did, but I changed it because someone else said to change it. And I don't know if it's that's breaking it. No, it's still broken. Okay. But that shouldn't make a difference because even when I'm looking at the Sugar Cube documentation, so I'm going to change it back to Sugar Cube. Even when I change it to Sugar Cube, it's still the same document, like thing. How do I delete this, guys? Get out. Guys, the worst thing about like thinking you know software and then it doesn't work is this. Because where are you going? Okay, let's... Okay, control set doesn't work here. Maybe I'm just breaking it at this point in time. Maybe it's just like... Maybe it's just trying to say call it a day. Because if it's not even linking to this, it's not going to link to anything else. Oh, maybe it's... It's just saying that it doesn't exist. I thought... Once if I swap it around. I don't think that's what makes a difference, but... Let's try. Because if I leave it like this... Okay, so I think I figured it out. I'm not supposed to leave a gap between that. Because it's linked that, and it's not linking any of these. Do you see how it's making a new one? It's not supposed to do that. Okay. And that gap there has gone. Okay, so I'm just being silly, aren't I? Because if I test from here and I show you like what it's supposed to look like, which is here, these links are now blue, and they actually link to the thing. Nice. My only thing is how to get rid of these. Because it's gonna get messy fast. I'm gonna leave these like here because I don't know what to do with them. See, like, my delete doesn't work, so I'm just trying to, like... Oh. Okay, nice, nice. I fixed it, guys. True developer mindset right there. Okay. So... Now that we have that sorted, and I've got to remember not to put a space there. I need to look at the random documentation. And I might just, like, leave it after this, because it's getting late. And And I do have things to do, unfortunately. So I'm going to copy what it says here. And then... Okay, so if I... So this is book 1. Okay. So what does that look like? What does that look like in... like if I test... I play from here. I go paper, I go begin, I give them the book. How do I set a variable then? And then I check that variable, because that's like mind logic that I'm trying to have right here. Okay, either? What does that do? Okay, let's use either instead. Nice. So this is the... So instead of this, I'm gonna say book 1 to either 1 or 2. Or I can set it to go to a different passage, which might be better. I'm just trying to think like how to like navigate. How many times does a person want to click through this basically? Because the way that this works here is you set the variable to either 1 or 2 and then you check to see I might just use this one instead. Yeah, let's use this. I'll put it here. What does that look like though? doesn't look like anything to me. That links to passage. Okay. Can I like check? I check variables, guys. This is what I'm going to do. So, if the variable book 1 how do I get it to equal if book 1 is 1, okay, and it goes to book learned, book 1 learned. And then we're gonna have the same logic here. Does that work, first of all? It's saying cannot find a closing tag from macro if, which means I've done something wrong with that if statement. Okay. Oh, we can just do else. Yeah, let's do else. Okay, try that. No, still can't find a closing tag. Okay, that because I've been silly somewhere. Oh, I love learning stuff, guys. Oh, I've got to actually close it, like. No, it's still saying cannot find a closing tag. Oh, hold on, this is supposed to... Is that right? Still cannot find a closing tag, but... hold on. That's because that's not supposed to be like that. Hold on, and I'm gonna say hi in this one just to make sure that it actually says something, and this one says like just for testing purposes. I want to know where this goes to. This one goes to buy. Also buy. That means book 1 is not being... Yeah, it's always being sent to buy. Okay. What happens if it's because it's supposed to be equals instead? It's always going to be sent to buy because that closing tag is not there. What closing tag do you need? Because I'm looking at this documentation. This documentation is lying to me, guys. It's lying to me. I might just leave it there. Maybe it's just me just not wanting to find out. For some reason it's not triggering that, but it will trigger this. And this whole sentence is just being ignored. We'll leave it there. It's whatever. It's a work in progress, guys. We can... Oh, God. We can work at it later. Hold on, I've just realised I need to log into something before the day ends. Give me a second. Because it was on maintenance before and I was like, why? Yeah, skip, whatever, I don't care. Okay, that's done. I may work on this like by myself, maybe like tomorrow, but like maybe not. I do want to show you guys the schedule that I was thinking of for, excuse me, for next week. Right. Okay. So that's the one we're working on, which I think is a cute design, by the way. Give me a second. So I'm gonna cross this off and cross all of these off. And bring up image, yes. I'm looking for downloads. This is what I was thinking of, guys. It's been oh my god, that's so big. It's been a while since I've had a schedule, so I was like, let's make a free one, and you know, why not? So I was thinking, I mean, it's not set in stone, and I'm not posting anything till like, let's say like Sunday night. So I was thinking like Monday night, I'm free. We could play a game, and I still have not opened Death and Taxes. It's fully voiced as well, so I was thinking we could just do like a playthrough of that. And then Wednesday, because I don't want to do 2 days in a week, sort of in a row, and it gives me time to do stuff as well. Wednesday I was thinking maybe like continue writing with with Twine. Hopefully I can get those variable things sorted out, and we can actually make progress on it, and I don't spend like an hour yapping. And then Thursday, Friday, I am busy. That is probably gonna be so until end mid December. Yeah. And then Saturday, I'm free. We can do some more writing. And then Sunday, I'm thinking maybe just like a chill game or something. I still have golf with friends, but open on my computer screen, so I could do that. But just play solo, or I can do Assemble with Care, which I've had for like since like day one of my Steam account and just never touched. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Obviously not set in stone, so please don't go by that, but yeah, I think that's a relatively good thing to go by. I put Wednesday maybe writing because I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. And I have an early start on Thursday, so I'm just like, maybe not. But I'm like, I do want to get a few more streams in before year end, so yeah, definitely need to consider more things. So yeah, keep an eye out on Twitter and Blue Sky for this schedule, and maybe Discord as well, because I do like, I literally only have the Discord open on my PC. But I do make these on my PC, so yeah. As you can see, that picture was by me. I just posed, guys. Like, why not? Yeah. With that said, I think here's a good time to call a day. I think. My 3 brain cells are not working anymore. So I think that's a good thing to wrap up. Oh, I will give a little story time though. So one of my assignments, I decided to make a video in Unreal Engine using the keyframe thing, and I did this once and I messed it up, and I couldn't figure out how I messed it up. I did the same thing and I figured out what it was. You know when it says like 30 FPS, as in frames per second? That also exists for like making like things in Unreal. So I tried to like test out my camera movement in Unreal, and I was like, yeah, 1200 frames is, you know, that seemed reasonable. You know, I play through it with the testing. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's just rendering, it's fine. It's just doing it fast. Turns out that is a 40-second video. Not what I wanted. So I sped it down to what I like thought it would be a good speed. It's like 8 minutes long, which is like what, 15k frames. Yeah. I'm cooked, guys. Although that is the hardest part of my assignment, so I think I can get that done in the next 2 weeks, I think. And then I just need to edit that with some sound. Yeah, we could do that, guys. Yeah, that's fun story time. So when it says 30 FPS, make sure it actually is 30 FPS. I think there was a setting to set it to 5 FPS. So I'm just wondering if like that is more what I wanted. I'll test out next time I'm on Unreal. I would have liked to do some things on Unreal, like here, but I just don't think I can stream and have Unreal open, because it sometimes cries when I'm trying to have YouTube open. So yeah, maybe not. But yeah, like if I ever do stuff on that, I will show you guys. Because my last one is on YouTube if you look hard enough. But I don't want to don't want to go sending people on a manhunt for it. So yeah, like for sure, definitely I will show you the final result of this before I post it on YouTube. I think that's a reasonable thing. Okay, with that said, we will call it a day here. It is a little bit past midnight here in the UK, so I hope that it's not too late for you guys wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay hydrated. I still do not have an ending screen, so I will just end here. Yeah. See you guys. I'm just trying to think. Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. Either one of the two. Please keep an eye out on either Blue Sky or Twitter, because that is the two I want to use a bit more. And then Sunday night I will post a better schedule, I think. So keep an eye out for those. With that said, bye bye. Have fun, guys. See you later, I guess. Bye bye. This is terrible. It's tracking. Oh my god. I am facing like an angle though, so maybe it's just like the angle.